Guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Ella Berry's African Fashion Home. In today's tutorial we're going to be learning about how to make this simple front twisted crop top. If this is what you like, or if this is what you're interested in, please sit tight to the end and also like, subscribe, share my video. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell for more interesting video. Thank you. So without wasting much of our time, we are going to start drafting our pattern. So the required material for drafting this pattern is just our scissors, our ruler, our pen, our marker, our tape, our pattern paper. Let me place it there so you see. Our pattern paper. So these are the required things for marking this drafting this pattern. So and for the fabric, we are just going to be using I'm not going to be making use of this fabric. This fabric is just a cotton fabric, and it's about it's not up to a yardage. It's just like 3/4 yardage that I'm using to make it. You can use any other fabric like any other right fabric like Duchess. You can use crepe fabric in making it. You can also use a lycra fabric. Any fabric that is stretched, you can also make it, but not too stretched. So next we are going to look at the required measurements for drafting it. The required measurements include the shoulder, the bust, the waist, and the length. Now we're using a sample shoulder of 16. We're going to be dividing it by 2, which is 8. Then we'll subtract 1 because from the style it is a sleeveless top. Then for the bust, we are using a bust sample of 37. Bust sample divided by 4 plus 1.25 inch, which equals 10.5. For the waist, we are using a waist sample of 31 divided by 4 plus 1.75, which makes 9. Then the length is what? 19 inches. Next, we are going to start drafting our pattern since we have taken note of the measurements. So to draft the pattern, the first thing you do, you fold your pattern paper. When you fold your pattern paper, make sure it is up to the width of the bust that you divided. Like mine is 10.5. So I'm going to fold the pattern paper to be what? 10.5. 10.5, yes, it must be up to 10.5. So after that, you mark your starting point. You mark your starting point, and this is my starting point. I'm going to mark it now. From your starting point, using your tape, you are going to be marking your point. We are going to be marking our vertical measurement, which is our point. Now, from my starting point there, which is going to be my shoulder, I'm going to mark my armhole. Normally, I use 8 inches, but because this is a sleeveless top, I'm going to go down by ½ inch so that it doesn't pack around the shoulder, around the armhole, sorry. The next is the length. For the length, I'm going to be subtracting 2 inches from the length. The length is supposed to be 19 inches, but I'm going to subtract 2 inches, making it 17, because from the style, we can see that there's a band around the lower part. So now I'm going to mark these points. I'm going to mark them. Okay. Then highlight it with a marker. After marking it, I'll highlight it with a marker so we can see it clearly. So we can see it clearly. Good. So we have finished marking our points. Next, we are going to mark our vertical measurements. Sorry, our horizontal measurement, which are around. The first round is the shoulder. So I'm just going to label this as the shoulder point, armhole point, and this is the length, or you can also tag it as the waist point. Now, for the shoulder, we say our shoulder is what? Our shoulder is 16. We divided by 2, and we subtracted 1 because it's a sleeveless, making it what? 7 inches. And we'll come down on that armhole point. Instead of marking 7 inches, we are going to go in by ½ inch. That's 6.5. We join the both lines together like this. We're going to highlight it when we are done. So next, on that same point, we're going to mark our bust round, which is 10.5. After calculating, we got 10.5. So we're going to mark the 10.5. And on our waist, we are going to take our waist round, which is 9.5. From the calculations that we did, we got 9.5. 9.5. So we're going to use our ruler to join these points together. Join the points together, then highlight it with our marker so you can see it clearly. Excuse me. Good. So we are done with that. So next we are going to work on the neckline. For the front neckline, we are using a width of 3.5 and also the back neckline. While for the back neck depth, we are using a depth of 1.5 inch. And for the front neckline, we are using a neck of 1.5 inch. Just like I said, I don't want this top. I don't want to be inserting a zipper to this top, so I'm just going to use my free hand to join it like this, just like you are seeing. So I'll use my marker to highlight so we can see. Good. So we are going to work on the shoulder now. For the back shoulder, we are marking half an inch, and while for the front shoulder, we are marking our slanting by 1 inch. So we mark it this way. We use our marker to highlight it. Using a marker so we can see it clearly. So next we are going to work on the armhole. For the back armhole, we can just go ahead and use our free hand to curve it in this way. And this is okay. But for the front armhole, we have to measure what we have here from this point to this point. Yes, from this point to this point. I think we have about 7.5. Find the midpoint. So the midpoint is around 73.25. We come in by half inch on that point. We come in by half inch on that point. Then we make a curve like this. This is in order to prevent a bulge around the front armhole. Let me highlight it for you guys so you can see it clearly. Yes. You can use the armhole curve. Me, I'm used to using my hand in curving. I'm used to using my hand. Probably my free hand. So this pattern now is for the front and the back panel. So next we are going to cut it out, separate the back and the front. Then we'll work extensively on the front to form the twist neckline. So let me go ahead and cut. So we'll cut the back armhole first. When we separate it, we'll now cut out the front. So this one is for the back panel. This one is for the back panel, and this is for the front panel. So we are going to cut out this and also this for the front panel. You know, the front neckline is lower than the back neckline. So also the armhole, we're also going to cut out the armhole like this. So this is our pattern. Finally, this is our pattern. So this is for the front. Let's label it. This is the front pattern, and this one is the back pattern. Front pattern, back pattern. So we're done with this back pattern. So now we're going to go ahead and work on the front panel to create our twist. Now to get our twist, we come to the armhole area. We measure from this tip here, from the tip here. You measure 1 inch. From here to here, you measure about 1 or 1.75 inch, like this from here. Let's say this is point A and this is point B. And we come here and label this point as point C. Now we use your ruler. Use your ruler to join all the points together. Remember I said you from the end of this your armhole here, you measure 1.25. 1.25, a distance of 1.25. You mark here as A and mark here as B. Now use your ruler, then you come down here at the end of the blouse, on the center front of the blouse, at the end, you mark point C. Now use your ruler to join these points. Look at me the way I'm going to do it now. Use your ruler to join these points, like this. Good. In order to form a triangle, use your ruler to join the points together, just like I've done now. Okay, let me highlight it. Seems it's not very clear. Let me highlight it. We are going ahead to highlight it. See? So after highlighting it, our next step is to, we're going to do what is called the slash. Use the slash and spread method to open this up like this. Make sure you don't cut it to the end. I almost did. Don't cut it to the end, because you're just supposed to slash and spread. That's it. Okay. After that, we open this up like this. We open it up like this. You get another pattern paper, place underneath. Place underneath this. Make it so you can just really. You mark it. You place it underneath like this. Yes. Then you use using your masking tape, you tape it down. Using a masking tape, you tape it down this way. Make sure you tape it down. Okay. Then you open it up for it to be about 4 inches. For the wideness to be about 4 inches, you measure the wideness. For this to be about 4 inches, it's more than 4. That has to be 4 inches. Yes, just 4 inches is okay. Okay, I just noticed that in this place there's not enough space, so we need to move this upwards. Move it upwards so we can gain enough space for the just following the way I'm doing it. So you open this up for it to be up to 4 inches. Like this. This is more than 4 inches. Why are we using 4 inches? Because what we subtracted from the length is 2 inches. So that 2 inches, we are going to use it to form a band. The width of the band is going to be 4. So if you subtract like 3 inches, that means you are going to be making this place as wide as, just double it, you make it as wide as 6 inches. So this is it. I'm going to tape it down with my masking tape. I'll just tape it down like this. Tape the other side. I'm also going to tape the other side with the masking tape, making sure that it's still 4 inches. Yes, 4 inches here. I don't have enough masking tape, so I'm just going to manage what I have. I run short of masking tape, and there's no place I can get it really quick around here. So let me just make do with what I have. So after this, you take your ruler and your tape, you measure what you have here. You measure what we have here. This is the lower part of the front panel, and it is 9.5. This is 9.5. You draw a line from this point here. You draw a line like this. Yes. You draw a line like this. You also draw another line like this. Yes. So on that line, you measure this to know if it is up to 9.5. From here, you measure it to know if it's 9.5. Okay, mine is 9. There's a shortage. So when I'm cutting it, I'm going to add ½ inch on the fabric. So it's just 9 here. I'm going to add ½ inch on the fabric. As you can see there, you also measure here to see if it's also up to 4. You see there's a shortage. I'm going to include that. It must be up to 4 inches in width. You can see now it's now straight. So you mark here, so you'll be sure where you are joining it. You here. So next thing we are going to cut out this fabric. Just like this. We are going to cut out this pattern. Sorry, what am I even saying? You cut out the pattern just like this. That's what I'm doing. You cut it out. this is our front panel. This is for our front panel. I'm not going to use pin to hold it down. So guys, this is what our front and back panel looks like. I really don't want to make this video to be very long. So with this, we have come to the end of today's tutorial. See you guys in my next tutorial. If you have been watching me to this time, please like, share and subscribe so it can enable me to make more videos. Thank you. Bye.